She may be the queen of the rom-com, but she's also a power player in Hollywood. The career of Sandra Bullock has been one of a kind.
Sandra Bullock's an incredibly gifted comic actor.
She's the woman next door who men fancy, women want to be friends with.
She's arguably the biggest female star in America right now.
I've been an enthusiast of your escapades for quite some time now. I have, in fact, perused some newsreels from the Schwarzenegger library.
Sandra first appeared on the big screen in the late 80s in a variety of films. But she started to get noticed when she starred opposite Sylvester Stallone in the underrated action comedy Demolition Man.
Yes. Even though he was not born in this country, his popularity at the time caused the 61st Amendment, which states that...
I don't want to know.
In Demolition Man, she was playing opposite Sylvester Stallone. It was really his vehicle. But she had a quirky charm in that film.
It's kind of a chaotic, rather knockabout sci-fi adventure. But Bullock is interesting because already she was, you could see her, you would notice her. She kind of let her personality kind of be known.
Oh, sure, it's just like driving a really big Pinto.
I need to know, can you handle this bus?
I'm fine. Just tell me what the plan is.
Sandra Bullock doesn't look like most bus drivers, but she took the wheel when needed, and in doing so, made her name in this monster hit from 1994.
So you're a cop, right?
That's right.
Well, I should probably tell you that I'm taking the bus because I have my driver's license revoked.
What for?
Speeding?
Speed was a fantastic film. It was something we hadn't seen before, and we hadn't really seen a character quite like this one Sandra Bullock is playing. She's this sort of every woman, but a little bit heightened, because she's that girl next door that has to suddenly deal with terrorism and driving this bus.
She plays Annie, the bus passenger who must save the day when the driver of the bus is killed and she has to drive it. And she just brought kind of real wit to the part. She's not just gutsy, she's also sexy. And I think that was part of the incredible appeal of her in this role.
So, what is this guy's deal?
It's a game. If he gets the money, he wins. If the bus blows up, he wins.
What if you win?
Then tomorrow we'll play another one.
But I'm not available to drive tomorrow. Busy.
The lead is Keanu Reeves, who plays a rather kind of bullish, handsome action hero type. But opposite him was this incredible girl, you know, and she is the kind of the making of the movie in many ways. It's Bullock who's, by the convolutions of the plot, is thrown behind the wheel, who really is the audience in the film. She carries you along. She's the one going, what are we gonna do?
What is that smell?
It's gas.
We're leaking gas?
We are now.
What, you felt you needed another challenge or something?
It showed she could be likable and lovable, but also take care of action if she needed to. So it was a great breakout role for her. This film made more than $120 million at the US box office, and it made her a star.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Nah, I bet you don't. You're probably too sensible for that. Or have you ever, like, seen somebody and you knew that if only that person really knew you, they would, well, they would, of course, dump the perfect model that they were with and realize that you were the one that they wanted to just grow old with.
In While You Were Sleeping, Sandra does what anyone would do when their crush falls into a coma. She pretends to be his girlfriend. An early romantic comedy triumph here.
You ever fall in love with somebody you haven't even talked to? Been so long you spend the night confusing a man in a coma?
While You Were Sleeping is one of those rom-coms that, on paper, probably should be very, very forgettable. But actually, there's something really sweet and charming about this film. And even if you want to hate it, you can't. You just get won over by the end of it.
It's kind of really nice, warm-hearted sort of Hollywood film. They're not really doing them much anymore like that. And I think it's a lot to do with what Sandra Bullock brings to it.
If she wanted to prove it, she'd prove it.
Peter has one testicle.
No way.
About a month ago, there was an accident, and he was playing basketball, and his friend had a pencil in his back pocket.
She's playing this sort of dopey subway worker who falls in love with this guy who's in a coma, and you can just see the plot coming a mile away. But there's something very charming about her performance, and I think this is the first film we see her as this rom-com icon that she will become later.
It's Bullock's ability to carry both the humour of the film, the maddening, farcical complications that happen, and her sensitivity and the fact she actually carries an emotional level in the film that you do feel for her and you do kind of want her to win out.
It's the first signs that you can really see that she would be a very lucrative star in that kind of role.
No, here's trouble, Harry Rex.
It felt like 3:30, but it turns out it's a time to kill. Sandra faced off here with another star rocketing to fame, Matthew McConaughey.
Thought this might interest you. In assessing all murder trials, it seems that the insanity plea only makes up 1% overall.
And of the 1% of that number that resulted in acquittal, success rested almost wholly on the
defending psychiatrist, regardless of the quality of psychological testimony. Yeah.
Shazam. She is brilliant.
She... that would be me.
Now, who else would she be?
See, she would be me.
She is saying that if I take this plea to trial, the verdict is going to hinge on whose shrink the jury finds more credible.
She will be correct.
So are you sure you don't need any help?
I am sure that I don't need any help. Thank you, though.
Okay. Well, I guess that would just have to be your loss then, huh?
A Time to Kill was a very smart John Grisham adaptation. She certainly holds her own with Samuel L. Jackson and Matthew McConaughey. It was a more dramatic role for her, so good to see her taking on something like that.
McConaughey's the local lawyer, greenhorn, charming, effervescent guy, and she is the kind of northern girl who sort of got all the kind of what the law means to me kind of contradictions to his character.
The dynamic between the two characters worked really well, and also the dynamic between the two actors.
It sort of gave note of that other side to what she was going to be able to do, a seriousness and a more kind of a straighter role.
This may come as a shock to you, but I've never been in a beauty pageant before. I don't even own a dress. I don't even own a brush. Ow, Jesus. Oh.
All right, $100 on Matthews.
I don't know, man. She's got a lot of rage.
Who else could have played an FBI agent going undercover as a beauty contestant? Throw in Michael Caine as a mentor, and you have one uproarious romantic comedy, a Bullock specialty.
So you're saying I have to wear the bathing suit?
Yeah, you have to wear the bathing suit.
Okay.
The film is kind of designed around the idea of Sandra Bullock. It is Miss Congeniality. And this became a kind of an archetype she played very well. The uptight, do-gooder.
She's playing this kind of butch cop who gets this undercover assignment to go on the beauty pageant circuit. And she's just wonderful in it. You believe her as the butch cop, and then you love going through this transformation with her, where she's playing the glamorous beauty queen. And she can do both.
Mustang Sally, my baby.
Hi, is that you?
I'm in a dress. I have gel in my hair. I haven't slept all night. I'm starved, and I'm armed. Don't mess with me. Ooh. Whoa. I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm good.
What she's so good at is a kind of physical comedy. Again, it's the idea that Sandra Bullock carries along is that she's kind of beautiful and ugly at the same time, and that her ugliness comes out of the comedy.
You can't say that it's without its charm. It would take a steely heart not to laugh at some point in that film.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Ah! Oh! Oh, Sorry, I had a bite of my bagel and I forgot to pray. Oh. Dear Jesus, please forgive me for not praying before I had a bite of my bagel and schmear.
It was a really endearing role. She's a naturally gifted comedian. She absolutely aced the part. And she was also one of the producers on the film, showing great instincts for material.
I'm a lawyer, George.
Ooh. Yeah, I know. You're the best lawyer in the world.
Well, thank you for the compliment, but Harvard doesn't give a degree in Yenta. I'm not here to find you a wife or to pick out your clothes. Oh, sorry.
The rom-com queen meets the rom-com king as Sandra Bullock and Hugh Grant square off in 2 weeks' notice.
My father worked for Martin Luther King. My mother is a law professor. And they both taught me that lawyers should be treated with respect.
I have complete respect for you. R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
With 2 weeks' notice, she's a smart woman in control of her destiny. And I think it's not just a silly rom-com. It's a film where a woman's asserting herself and not letting her boss push her around.
She played this politically conscious lawyer who, for some reason, is working for this irresponsible New York property developer played by Hugh Grant.
Careful, that's my overpriced Italian belt.
Ow, ow, just get it off. Ah.
Howard. Join us. We were just brainstorming. Lucy?
Yes, I was thinking that it might be a good idea to do a photo op at the build site. Where George would be in the, George in the foreground, pointing up to the sky, like this.
Yes.
Like that.
The meeting that had to happen probably between rom-com male star of the moment, Hugh Grant, and rom-com female star of the moment, Sandra Bullock. And obviously, it went on to be a gigantic hit.
She always seems to fit with everyone she's playing opposite. And again, Hugh Grant's a totally different kettle of fish to Keanu Reeves, to Bill Pullman, to Matthew McConaughey, yet it still works.
Didn't I just ask you not to treat me like a child?
Sandra Bullock joined an impressive cast for Paul Haggis's interwoven tale of people in LA. The result? The Best Picture Oscar.
I would like the locks changed again in the morning. And you know what? You might mention that we'd appreciate it if next time they didn't send a gang member.
A gang member?
Yes, yes.
Well, you mean that kid in there?
Yes, the guy in there with the shaved head, the pants around his ass, the prison tattoo.
Those are not prison tattoos.
Oh, really? And he's not gonna go sell our key to one of his gangbanger friends the moment he is out our door.
We've had a really tough night. I think it'd be best if you just went upstairs right
and
now.
what, wait for them to break in?
In Crash, it's a film that I think is pretty heavy-handed in the way it's dealing with these dramatic situations. But I will say Sandra Bullock is entirely believable in this role as this woman who's just had it. She's about to snap. And she has this great line that I'm so angry all the time and I don't know why. And it felt like a real person. It certainly didn't feel like a caricature when she was playing this role.
I wake up like this every morning. I am angry all the time and I don't know why. Carol, I don't know why. And
The film doesn't relent, it doesn't let her off, but you kind of understand something about her when you come out. You understand this character is as tortured maybe as she is torturing.
The film amazingly went on to win Best Picture at the Oscars, beating Brokeback Mountain.
We're back now with Sandra Bullock as she cements her place as one of Hollywood's most popular actresses and picks up a few awards along the way. Sandra plays a woman in need of a quick husband to stay in the country. Fortunately, Ryan Reynolds is on hand.
What? I don't understand what's happening.
Oh, relax, this is for you two.
Do explain.
They were going to make Bob chief.
So naturally, I would have to marry you.
And what's the problem? Like you were saving yourself for someone special?
I like to think so. Besides, it's illegal.
They're looking for terrorists, not for book publishers.
Margaret,
Yes?
I'm not gonna marry you.
Sure you are. Because if you don't marry me, your dreams of touching the lives of millions with the written word are dead.
The Proposal is probably the best rom-com of that decade. It is smart, it's funny, it's sweet, and I think the actors are what really makes that. And it's hard to fault this film. It's done very well. It's not, at no point do you want to cringe because anything is too cheesy.
She's great with Ryan Reynolds, and they're especially good together because I think Ryan Reynolds is also someone who's good at comedy, and I think that energy they give each other really gets you past some of the more tawdry elements of it.
Does this work for you?
Oh, I
Is
like
good?
this, yeah.
Okay, good. Will you marry me?
No. Say it like you mean it.
Andrew?
Yes, Margaret.
Sweet. Andrew?
I'm listening.
Would you please, cherries on top, marry me?
Okay, I don't appreciate the sarcasm, but I'll do it. See you at the airport tomorrow.
Good.
Sandra had a lot of fun with The Proposal, playing this ball-breaking publishing executive. Her nickname in the office is Satan's Mistress, and she's described as being allergic to the full spectrum of human emotion.
This is your legacy, this book, and I think it's up to you to present your legacy to the world. And call me tomorrow with your decision, and my phone is on all the time. Okay, bye-bye. No, wait! No. Take the doggy. Take the doggy. I need that phone. Take the dog.
The character has to be in some way redeemable and likable, and all of Sandra's wonderful comic charm, plays to bring us on that journey.
It's playing on that archetype again, the idea of what we love about Sandra Bullock. She's uptight, she's frosty, but we know the real Sandra Bullock's inside there somewhere.
Follow him.
Bradley Cooper stepped up to the plate to star opposite Sandra in this cinematic disaster. She showed her sense of humor about it, though, by picking up her Razzie Award in person.
Where to begin with All About Steve? I just wonder what Sandra Bullock was thinking when she read this script.
Is living proof that there were some roles that not even someone as appealing as Sandra Bullock can make enjoyable for the audience. The character went beyond quirky into crazy stalker zone. She was rewarded for the film with her first Razzie.
She's one of the few people who've ever shown up in person to collect that Razzie herself. So I love that she just embraced that she made a misstep. This film was not good. She went with it.
Give me a minute, Bert.
The day after picking up a Razzie, though, Sandra was on stage collecting an Oscar for her performance in The Blind Side. Quite a couple of days.
You remember when we first met and we went to that horrible part of town to buy you those dreadful clothes? And I was a little bit scared and you told me not to worry about it because you had my back. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
This team is your family, Michael. You have to protect them from those guys, okay? Listen. Okay. Tony here's your quarterback, all right? You protect his blind side. When you look at him, you think of me, how you have my back, how you have his, okay? All right, Tony, go back. All right. Oompa Loompa here is your tailback. When you look at him, you think of SJ and how you'd never let anyone or anything hurt him. You understand me? All right, go back and go have some fun.
Sandra Bullock won her first Oscar for The Blind Side. This character of Leanne is like nothing we've seen her do before. She's certainly moving away from that safe romantic comedy. It took her a while to come around to the idea of playing Leanne. She said she didn't know if she could be this devout Christian on screen. She wasn't sure that was true to herself. But she took on the role and really just went for it. She looks like a different person.
She is, nevertheless, this very bossy Republican Christian, and that is someone that could potentially divide audiences in America. Obviously, the red states would love it, the blue states not so much. But the way Sandra plays the role just made it very appealing to audiences across the country and worldwide.
You threaten my son, you threaten me. You so much as cross into downtown, you will be sorry. I'm in a prayer group with the DA, I'm a member of the NRA, and I'm always packing.
It's a real-life story about a Texan woman who took in a black kid from the wrong side of the tracks and realized that he could play American football. It does touch a little bit on her comedy, it touches a bit on her lightness, but it gives her this kind of great emotional volume, and she has this wonderful relationship with the actor who plays the kid.
Okay, this is ridiculous, okay? FBI agent, you're a police officer.
I need your help, Mullins.
I need your help, Mullins.
Oh, God, what is this a whisper party? I want that third floor to hear it. I need your help, Mullins. And then maybe give you a little echo on that Mullins.
Sandra showed her comedic chops in this buddy cop movie with a difference.
I need your help, Mullins, Mullins, Mullins.
I loved The Heat. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. On paper, I wasn't convinced that Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock would be good together, but it was laugh out loud funny. They were great together, and I think you see an even funnier, raunchier kind of side to her than we're used to. It's not the sweet girl next door anymore. She's very, very funny.
She's got a great scene where she has to transform her very conservative work attire, described by Melissa McCarthy as being a boner killer, in order that she can distract and seduce this gangster on a nightclub dance floor.
She's playing the Sandra Bullock role. She is the FBI agent who's the uptight, by-the-book, stiff one against Melissa McCarthy's outrageously potty-mouthed cop.
Looks like we found our distributor. Can you back that up, please? Back up to which one? That.
Hey, I'm not into you.
Your breast is invading my space.
Well, keep your finger out of my areola.
Well, contain your areola.
What's kind of quite notable about it is the level of outrage or outrageousness. You know, it's foul-mouthed, it's got full of toilet humor and sexual humor. But I did find myself laughing at quite a lot of it.
Lieutenant Kowalski, do you copy? Explorer, do you copy?
Sandra literally soared to new heights in the epic blockbuster Gravity. You just can't keep Sandra Bullock down. In fact, you can't even keep her on Earth.
Houston, do you copy? Houston, this is Mission Specialist Ryan Stone. I am
off structure and I'm drifting. Do you copy?
Gravity might very well be the performance of her career, partly because it's so emotional, as well as being so physical. I don't think we'd seen anybody being quite this physical in this way since Sigourney Weaver and Alien.
The film won many Oscars, but mostly in all the technical categories. It was technically very hard to pull off because she was acting utterly alone with no other human beings to interact with. Most of what you see on screen would not have been visible to her during the shoot.
Matt, I made it. I'm here. I'm on the station. Do you copy?
It seems effortless looking at it, but there was so much to do on this film set to make it look believable. And it's because of Sandra Bullock that this film works.
I know, we're all gonna die. Everybody knows that. But I'm gonna die today. Funny that, to know. But the thing is that I'm still scared. I'm really scared.
You really get a sense of a backstory with her character, and that comes not just through what she says, but just through the way she is.
She was enclosed in things, she had light thrown at her, she was spun on trapezes, and, it was a physical endurance test. And to maintain a character amidst all that kind of, the labor of just making that film is astonishing.
With The Heat 2, I love the first film. I think there's a lot of comedy potential with these two women coming back together again. I can't wait to see what they do. Hopefully it's more than just another film, maybe a whole franchise.
Minions is the spin-off from the wonderful Despicable Me films, and I'm sure that she will make a very memorable contribution to that.
She's playing a villain in this film, which I think will be especially interesting, that it's not the sweet Sandra Bullock.
At the moment, she probably can take any role she wants to. She's in such a big position now. The Minions is probably just a chance to kind of kick back and have some fun.